So now, I'll watch this and then we'll see what the fucking spoilers is. I do have to say though, just before we get into it, right? Whenever Wowhead puts spoilers in their title, it's not always spoilers, right? Sometimes it spoils absolutely nothing. It's just a thing that they post. And then, yeah, the thing is the thing. So hopefully this is actually spoiler worthy. Otherwise, chat, I'm going to be so disappointed in you because all of you have hyped this up. You've all told me, have you watched this? Have you watched this? You have to watch this. If this is not spoiler worthy, I'm going to be pissed. All right, chat? All right, let's go.
Look at you, pathetic, a puppet dancing on strings.
I will not break. I will not break. I will not.
Fool, your mind is already broken. But even a broken thing can be made to serve. Countless secrets extracted. Insidious designs forged into weapons for my armies. But I require more. Your grandest design to claim the final prize. The secret that the first one sought to hide.
What?
Yes, your finest warblade, and a crown fit for the king of the dagger. The vessels of domination.
All right, it's definitely not, I mean, it's not spoilers, right? It isn't spoilers, but this gives me even more pause to believe, not more pause, what's the correct English phrasing for that? More reason to believe that the Runecarver and the Primus is the same thing. And here's why. The Primus is said to have been a master weaponsmith, right? Like, he's a master blacksmith. His weapons is legendary. And you sort of learn that throughout the Maldraxxus quest chain as well. So here we learn that the jailer's been extracting the Runecarver's memories in order to create his weapons, yeah? Now, what are the odds, yeah, that there are two master weaponsmiths or armorers within the Shadowlands? What are the odds of that even happening? Is there anyone that can tell me? So, in other words, the Primus is said to be a master. Of course, there is another option to this. Something that maybe we do not know yet. What if the Primus was never a master weaponsmith or even a master armorer? What if the Runecarver used to work for the Primus? He was the one who created all of the weapons for the Primus, and the jailer captured him. This is, of course, possible, right? So there is that possibility as well. But then we get to the point where it becomes extremely convoluted. I do have to say, though, the thing that I found to be the most spoiler-heavy in this entire cinematic, the secrets that the first ones sought to hide. So this means that the first ones was actively involved in the hiding of those secrets. Things that the jailer wanted to learn that the first ones did not want him to know about. Which, of course, leads to an even grander question, if you will. What if that is one of the reasons that the jailer got locked up? What if that is one of the reasons that the Eternal Ones turned against the jailer? The jailer became obsessed with the secrets of the first ones. We already see it. He's fascinated by the relic of the first ones reacting to us. He seems to be fascinated by Anduin using the light even within the Maw, where the Maw should not necessarily. So in other words, what we have here is extremely biblical. Let me just put it that way, right? So Lucifer, yeah, Lucifer, in a way, was punished because he would not go along with God. Lucifer's greatest crime was to teach man the knowledge of good and evil. In other words, to teach man how to sin. Now, the first ones we've already seen, their creations. If we look at the Titans, for example, what do the Titans do? What is the Titans' main, shall we say, purpose? The Titans follow a very strict code of conduct, and they don't deviate from it. The Titans of the Pantheon, their job is to create order. They do it by literally any means necessary. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter what is lost in the process. As long as order is the end result, they're very happy to do it, right? And we saw it. Rather than coming up with a solution for the old gods on Azeroth, they just locked them up because the old gods were creating a problem that they didn't know how to solve, and their answer to that problem was simply to lock them up so that order could ensue, and then leave it, right? They're not going to come back. They don't give a shit. They've done all they can do. There's no more to do. It's done. So there is most definitely that to keep in mind. So what if the Shadowlands, or the Jailer's ultimate sin, was sin? In other words, the ability to think for oneself, the ability to try to learn what the first ones would not tell them. Try to figure out what their purpose was rather than just going along with the purpose. This thing that all of the Eternal Ones go along with. Now, when he says to sort the secrets that or find the secrets that the first ones sought to hide. What's his exact line there? Hold up, let's just quickly go back.
Dancing on strings.
I will not break.
Distracted. Forged into weapon armies. Require. Your grandest desire to claim final prize. The secret that the first one sought to hide.
The secret that the first ones sought to hide. That's an interesting line, isn't it? Like, if you think about that line, yeah, first of all, that helm, I love the fact that there's a bit of artifacting right there. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Like, I don't think this is finished, because that is, yeah, that should clearly not be there, right? That thing doesn't belong there. But, because that's like an odd asset before it's finished. But the secret that the first one, so this is a secret that the first ones sought to hide. This is specifically what Zuval is talking about here. This specific thing, this helm, this blade, is the secret that the first one sought to hide. And if you think about what the Jailer did, right? Yeah, I think that is the placeholder for Frostmourne. They haven't finished it yet, clearly, right? Let's quickly think about what does the Lich King do. The Lich King deprives the Shadowlands of souls, yeah? Because Frostmourne and the Helm of Domination can take control of souls and sort of keep them anchored to whichever plane they exist in. So if you think about this, Frostmourne and the Helm circumvents the purpose of the first ones. The idea that souls die and that souls enter into the Shadowlands. In other words, if what the Jailer is saying here is true, Sylvanas and the Jailer isn't just going up against the Eternal Ones. Their plan isn't just to undo the Shadowlands and the systems of the Shadowlands. It seems like he's fucking, it seems like he wants to destroy the first ones. All of it. So this is in fact a war of the gods. Actually, this would be similar to the Titans of Greece. Their children, Zeus and the other gods of the mount, rising up against their parents, the Titans, and imprisoning them. Right? So that is effectively what we have here. Well, yeah, to undo it all is definitely the plan, But the undoing doesn't necessarily mean dying. It doesn't necessarily mean that nothing is left. It just means that the jailer is no longer happy to follow the purpose. This could also be why Sargeras and the jailer work together. This might be the proof that we need that Sargeras and the jailer work together. Because Sargeras, much like the jailer, also realized the flaw within the first one's plan. Also realized the gaping holes that the first ones left within the universe. And wasn't happy to follow anymore. Just was not happy to follow anymore. Although there must be more to it. Because while it's an elegant theory, and I do think that the theory works and the theory could absolutely be true, I need to think a little bit more on this because I want something more epic. You know, I don't know if I'd be happy with this explanation. If this was what Blizzard meant, if we're correct and this is what Blizzard thought, I don't know if I'd be happy with that. I feel like I would want more. You know? What do you guys think?